Which growth stock is the best one to buy? Tesla or Crowdstrike? I'm going to answer that question in this video, so you're not going to want to miss that. I'm going to compare them on 4 financial metrics, starting with revenue. So let's get into it. Tesla, over the last several years, has grown revenue very robustly at a rate near or above 50%. However, it is trending downward since the peak in 2021. The same with CrowdStrike, the cybersecurity firm, is experiencing robust, although decelerating revenue growth over the last several years, comparing quarter over quarter. And each of these growth stocks has several years of runway ahead in terms of growth. Right now, electric vehicles are a little over 10% of overall vehicles. That's likely to be much, much larger by 2040, right? It might be the other way around where it's 90% electric vehicles and only 10% internal combustion engines. And in that case, Tesla will be a huge beneficiary of that trend. The same goes for CrowdStrike. Cybersecurity spending is becoming a must-have instead of a nice-to-have, as cyber theft has and hacking has just become increasing globally, and so CrowdStrike is going to experience growth for the next decade, if not 2 decades, as more of our lives becomes digital, online. More data needs protection, more financial data needs protecting. So both of these companies are very likely to experience robust growth over the next decade or even 2 decades. The next thing I wanted to compare these two on is the cash flow from operations to sales. I want to see how good these companies are at turning sales into cash flow from operations. And according to this metric, CrowdStrike has a significant lead at 41.99% of sales turning into cash flow from operations, and Tesla at 18.07% of sales turning into cash flow from operations. Each of these companies has a significant amount of expenses that are non-cash. Tesla mainly with depreciation, and CrowdStrike mainly with stock-based compensation. So to account for that fact, I also wanted to look at this next metric, which is the operating profit margin. And according to this metric, Tesla has the huge advantage with an operating profit margin of 16.98% compared with an operating profit margin of negative 8.48% for CrowdStrike. The operating profit margin is a more comprehensive figure, and therefore I weigh it higher than I would weigh the cash flow from operations to sales when there is such a dramatic difference like this, especially because each of these two companies employs a lot of non-cash expenses in the forms that I mentioned earlier. So Tesla's huge advantage here is a meaningful advantage over CrowdStrike. Finally, I wanted to compare these two growth stocks on valuation, and looking at the forward price to earnings ratio, Tesla is trading at a forward PE of 34, while CrowdStrike is trading at a forward PE of 43.85. So CrowdStrike is considerably cheaper. I'm sorry, Tesla is considerably cheaper than CrowdStrike, according to the forward price to earnings ratio. So if I had to decide between these two excellent growth stocks, which one I would want to buy right now, and I'm looking at an investment time horizon of several years in the future, I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. I would say Tesla is the better stock to buy. The company has made more progress in terms of operating profits. It's got several years of runway of growth ahead of it, and it's trading at a cheaper valuation than CrowdStrike at when using the forward price to earnings ratio. All right, so that's all I've got for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I know there's a lot you could be doing with your time, but you chose to watch this video. I really appreciate that, so thank you. I've hand selected some videos that I think you'll also enjoy. They're popping up on your screen right now. So please click on one of those and I'll see you over there.